Hi there, friends. It is Monday night.
Hey, it's Sketchy Live Monday. What's going on? Hey, in this episode, we revisit the step-by-step sketching with Johnny. Ity-B, of course, will be holding it all together. Are you going to try to also ink or no?
No.
We'll see what happens.
No.
No, you gave up?
I'm not going to color. I did the line work last week.
We said we're coloring. We're inking.
Oh.
We're inking. This is the part where we're going to hit our Sharpie on the pencil drawing that we did last week, but we'll talk about it. We'll discuss. If you missed last week, you're going to want to catch up. So at the end of this video, we'll put a link so you can pop on there and get to it. Right?
There you go.
Yeah. So, hey, stick around. Sketchy Live Monday. I'm Johnny Jalopy.
Ity-B.
And we'll see you guys in a sec.
Be right back. Hey guys,
learning what cameras are what. Welcome back to Sketchy Live.
That's fun. It's a nice new little addition.
Better. Hey, Sketchy Live Monday. We're gonna go over this episode. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different stuff, but mainly what we plan to do is start to ink our pencil drawing
from last week.
So that'll be fun. I was trying to hit the applause one. There it is. Welcome to Sketchy Live. Anyway.
Yeah. So last week, Johnny went through, we were drawing the Johnny 5 and step by step went through his process
there's our subject right there.
Yep. 25. For laying down the line work. So that's what we did last week. Yeah. And if you're not at this point,
and I mean, we went through a step-by-step, like how to draw wheels, how to draw actual body shapes. We've got, our half, I was calling them half C's,
right?
But they're really just almost football shapes that we're drawing, which is how we made our front and rear tires. And then we drew a rectangle here, the big portion of a rectangle for the body. We drew a big square for the top portion of the cab. We did the same thing. We drew two squares and a rectangle for the engine, a rectangle for the radiator. We drew in and we kind of imagined where the frame of the vehicle would land, so we could figure out where our engine and stuff would sit. Yeah, that's where we're at so far.
And for most people like me, this is a finished drawing for me. So
yeah, no, this is. And really, again, I drew this way darker than I normally would draw something.
Just so we could see it
so we could make
on this overhead camera. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, this might be where you'd end and be like, okay, here it is. This is truly just the line work laid down. This is a lot of times you'll do this at work. Like when we know we have a Monday night show and he's coming up with a concept of what to draw that evening.
Trying to throw down the basically the design or the idea of what I'm gonna do for a sketch.
Mm-hmm. So. And then he'll come home and either scan it in or take a picture of it.
Or I'm just utilizing, I've already started on drawing it on whatever the cardboard or the clipboard.
Well, if you're doing original stuff, yeah. But when we do Sketchy Live, you're doing digital art. So there's many times you come home with a sketch like this and scan it in. But then that's when he goes in.
Developed, though,
no.
Usually.
But that's when he'll go back in and then on the computer in the Sketchable app, we know Johnny is a Sketchable artisan. Within the Sketchable app, he will then go back and do this line work that we're talking about now.
And also in the regular drawing.
And his regular drawing as well.
Of an original, or just if I'm drawing tune in general, I will also do the same technique. So we'll basically do is we'll grab our Sharpie, two different types of Sharpies I like to use. This is the most common one, which is the Sharpie permanent marker ultra fine
Mm.
point, and then there's the fine point, which is the one that's a little bit thicker. I should have one of those around here somewhere. Is there one over there? There is one over there. Yep. Wasn't that it? Nope, that's a fine. Okay. Let's see. I'm sure I got it in here. I need to get this eraser anyways, so we'll get those tools out.
So many tools.
Got to get our eraser out if you're going to draw along with me. And well, maybe I don't have one in here.
Well, let me tell you who we've got on while you're looking for that. We have got Sam Metro joining us from the Claremont area. Good evening, y'all. Welcome. Rob Earl from Down Under. He said, now that's good timing. I just finished mowing the lawn and washed up. Cool.
Yeah, I can't seem to find my thicker marker, so that's not good.
Carl Merritt is joining us. Hey, Johnny, love your stuff.
Hey, thanks so much.
Diane K. Hi, guys. Kinnery's here from freezing Illinois. It's 6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Come on. We gotta get warmer.
Yeah, we are heading to Michigan next week, and I just looked at the weather today, and it was 13 degrees there today. So, yikes.
Not going to work for us.
No, we have sweatshirts. Riff Driven joining us. Hi, all. Welcome.
Oh, man.
We've got Howard Pierpont joining us. 46 is our high for the day. Freeze warnings for the next few days. Overcast, awaiting rain and ice in Mineola, Texas. Wow. So even chilly over there.
Yeah, we got some weather as well the last couple of days for us too.
Yeah, it rained a little bit, and then the temps cooled down for us today. Are you still missing a piece of something?
I can't seem to find that marker.
Okay. Is it absolutely necessary?
Well, maybe.
Okay. We've got Lizzie Daughtry joining us. Hello, my favorite peeps of the week. Lizzie's also posting her youtube.com. Ms. Butterfree 34. Go check her out. She does some really cool resin trinkets and jewelry and keychains and stuff like that. Russ Randall joining us from New York. Hi, guys. Welcome, sir.
What's going on? So I'm going to go ahead and start inking this in. And again, generally when I do a layout like this, I don't draw this dark. But in order for you guys to be able to see, I drew it a little bit darker. So, and usually what I like to do is lay another piece of paper down as well, but I don't want to block the view of anything.
Oh, so you don't smudge, you mean?
Correct. And then I'll usually start from, like top, work my way, top, work my way down. But I think I'm just going to start.
Okay.
Probably going right to left. That's what I'm probably going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start.
Okay, doke.
So start inking this in.
We've got Dr. V-Dub Creations joining us. Hope you're both doing well. And that was great news about your test coming back cancer-free. Great news. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm still basking in the riches of God's
glory,
grace.
Yes.
Wesley Wilkerson joining us. He said, I'm just watching for tonight. And that's fine too, guys. If you don't want to ink in and do this with us, here's the beauty of what we're doing. It's a live show, but we do have a playback. So if you want to take your time with it and, follow the prompts and instructions then and see what you come up with, that's fine. Do it on your own time.
And again, this is where in the inking process, the pencil drawing is a suggestion. It's
right.
Not specifically, but at least I've got my layout down. And
see, and I think this is where I would have some difficulty because me, perfectionist, want my lines clean and all that kind of stuff. I would be so worried about
too.
Well, but they will be once you're done. Once you've done erasing, like I would probably try and trace over what I've already done.
Right. So, and usually in this, I would be flipping the paper, upside down and moving it to where the motion in which I'm doing my line work is much more
fluid.
I'm having to adjust to show you.
Well, you can kind of turn it a bit.
If you watch, if I go to start flipping this thing the other way around, I mean, I guess I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's generally what I'll be doing is flipping and moving. But you can already see, look at all the smudging that's already happening.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It happens. That's what happens with pencil. Does the colored pencil, when you color things in with colored pencil, does it smudge like that?
No.
So really it's just the
regular
standard lead. Doug Giovanni joining us. See you at Autorama. Yes, it's cold.
Excited.
Yeah, we are so excited. We touched base with Bob Frizz earlier in the week, last week, and we are all set to to meet up with him and Shaggy, our buddy Shaggy up there in Michigan. In fact, they were just over at the Starbird show this past weekend, and that was a great time. We saw some
there was some pretty fun stuff
photos and videos. Pippi Longstocking was there. I was like, of all people,
that part I'm bummed that I wish I would have got to go, because I was a huge Pippi Longstocking fan. Hope and a Hey and a Hope Shana.
Well, I don't know if she realizes her namesake. No. I call our dog Pip and Pippi a lot.
Yeah, but is it
not because of Pippi Longstocking?
I was going to say. But so you're a liar.
Yeah. And then Eric Estrada was there, which was one of my heartthrobs from Chips back in the day. Loved that guy.
When you really like your
my Latinos.
I guess so.
Yeah. And then like probably 10, 15 years ago, I saw that he moved to Tennessee and was like starting this all the
that was the commercial.
Was it really? I thought he did. I thought he moved there.
I don't think he really.
And he was like telling everybody from California, come on out here to Tennessee.
He was selling land.
Oh, well. Anyways, I was like, bring me to Tennessee.
I bet he's got bridges he'll sell you too. Just so silly.
That was the 61st annual Starbird show out there. So
yeah, it's been going on a long time.
Very cool. And you actually did the artwork for their show T-shirt this year.
I think so. Pretty sure we did.
You did.
Okay.
And it was on all the registration.
We know it was
forms.
on the registration stuff for sure. But
yeah, and they advertised the T-shirt for sale for this year's show, for the Billy Bash. I'm sorry, I'm reading it with my glasses that are not what I need. I need different glasses.
Always when it's not read correctly, just suddenly it's not your vision. It's the thing.
It is my vision. I'm wearing these glasses, and these are not good glasses for this computer.
You ever thought?
And my notes.
You ever thought maybe, like some of us in the world who have had to just come to the conclusion that we got to wear glasses all the time because we're blind if we don't.
I don't need to wear glasses all the time. The problem is I'm trying to read paper and read computer.
It's called vanity. There was a time in my life too when I couldn't see anything and kept trying to not wear glasses. Vanity.
Yeah, you were 8.
No, it wasn't just 8.
Lizzie said, I gave you a thumbs up on your YouTube channel. We appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Talking about the YouTube channel, Hank, our web designer and fan promoter extraordinaire. I don't even know how many adjectives I can use for this guy. He's been such a cheerleader for us with great ideas.
I love the way you say extraordinaire.
Well, how do you say it?
I just love the way you say it.
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
I didn't say it like that.
You did.
There was no accent.
Say it again.
Extraordinaire.
Everybody hearing that?
Extraordinaire.
Not extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. Because it's extra ordinaire. There's an A in it.
No, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Anyway,
it's extraordinaire.
He's fantastic. He has
been.
Have
a Boston accent when you're from New Jersey. That's weird.
I'm not. I'm like trying to get through I have some nasal. I'm just a mess. Some nasal congestion this week, so I apologize.
That makes you pronounce words?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
It gives me a deeper, throatier voice.
Yuck.
Right?
Deeper, throatier.
Pass me a cigarette.
Hello, my name is
Dolores.
Zebra. Wolkowski.
Yeah.
If we have any Wolkowski, sorry about that.
Sorry. It's a stereotype.
Zebra.
Anyway. Anyways, I forgot what I was even saying.
Yeah, you were talking about how extraordinary Hank was.
Yes.
Because he was extraordinary.
Yes. So he is putting together some cool stuff for the website, which I believe is going to roll out the next month or two. We have more content being posted on YouTube we're super excited about. And then that stuff is being shared on Facebook. So keep an eye out. Some of the stuff is clips from videos we did several years ago.
Sure. No, he's reposting some videos and establishing them as
maybe adding some cool tunes to them.
Yeah, a little bit, so you can, it's a little shorter of a watch and you can watch the fun go down.
Yeah.
It's always fun here at Sketchy Live.
There's always some kind of highlight reel.
Whether you want to know it or not.
Yeah. There's highlight reels. I mean, I have my favorite episodes. I'm sure you have your favorite episodes, but really, like early on when it was about the challenge of getting through it,
trying to get it to
it was either video or it was audio that we were struggling with, or just the dynamic between the two of us.
right. You'd want to always
Was
pick a fight with me.
It was
Usually
it was
beginning of the show.
edgy. It was like super
It's
edgy
still
sometimes.
that way. I don't know what you talking
No,
about.
because now I just ignore you.
I was
I was so worried about, like, there were times where
ignored
I
me.
was like, I had my headphones like off my
we
ears.
didn't have headphones. That was the thing.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Well, maybe that
now we know you're lying.
Maybe that was more recent then.
There was no headphones.
I just remember like maybe taking off my lavalier, like, don't make me.
We didn't even have lavaliers that worked back then. So what are you talking about? What show are you on?
I don't know. I just remember getting up to walk a couple times because I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this with you right now. But
I don't think that happened.
Yeah, there were a few times.
I think it was more me.
You get very easily annoyed with me always.
It's not hard.
Just in general.
To
like
get annoyed by you.
I could literally just ask a question.
You could literally just be
breathing,
swallowing.
Yes.
Before we start. And it's annoying.
Just tonight.
I know.
We're like waiting to go live at 9:30. It's 9:28. And I'm like, sorry, I'm phlegmy and I swallowed wrong or too loud for him.
The best part is that I'll be over here just prepping, kind of get my brain in this position, and I hear you. And I'm like, I look over and it's you with the cup in your mouth looking directly at me. What? So I know you're doing it on purpose.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm a loud swallower. We know this.
Right, because your throat is
my throat is small of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, that was the thing.
The picture of youth
when we first started.
Esophageal.
Esophageal.
Esophageal. Hey, some people are young. Are you trying
to say esophageal?
Oh,
esophageal. Esophageal.
Is that how you say it?
Esophageal.
Oh my god.
I was heading over to the esophageal.
Oh, why would you be heading over?
You gotta go see your esophageal doctor.
It's an ear, nose, throat doctor
who specializes in esophageals.
That's so funny. I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Oh, you weren't kidding?
No.
Esophageal.
Oh my god!
You know what? Next thing we might have to
making me cry.
It's just a full episode of Ity-B.
My isms.
No, you'll just read a medical journal.
Not good.
Doctors specializing in esophageal surgeries.
Are you sure it's a soft G?
It's esophageal.
That doesn't sound right either. Oh my god!
How are you gonna go? How do you pronounce it?
Yes.
How do you pronounce esophageal?
How do you pronounce esophageal?
Oh my gosh!
Let's see. Practice. Oh wait. How do you say it?
Esophageal.
Oh.
Why doesn't that
I'm sorry. What did that just say?
At least, okay. So I would have known how to spell it, which you would not have.
Oh, okay. You always.
So there's that.
That's when we know. That's when I know I've really landed good. Because then
hit a nerve.
You couldn't blame your glasses.
No.
You couldn't blame your phlegm. And now you're just like, well, I can spell.
I can spell.
Oh, good for you. That's why I can pronounce.
I have.
Correctly.
Okay, look.
Because
I'm the first to admit I have some pronunciation issues.
Some.
What
is that stuff that comes out of the faucet?
Water. Water.
Was that hard to say? That
Michael
way?
Schnell joining us. Hi, gang from your neighborhood in Newport Richie.
Hey,
Our
what's up?
backdoor neighbor, Michael Schnell.
What's up, backdoor?
Here's Hank D. He said, remember, we have Patreon in the works. Make sure to check out the site to sign up for the newsletter.
Oh, nice.
Yes. There is an area on the front page of the website where you can sign up for the newsletter. And then once we have Patreon up and running, we will let you know.
If you'd like to be a Patreon
Yes.
supporter, which we would really appreciate it.
This has been something we've been discussing for the last several years, and we haven't pulled the trigger on it, but Hank said you can do it.
You know, we won't use the funds for anything like an esophageal procedure or anything.
I might need an esophageal transplant.
Promise that we won't. We'll utilize it for always for the business.
For good.
For
not
good.
For bad.
Not for...
Rob Earl said, hey there, Ity-B and Johnny. I just finished. Oh, he already said that.
Dr. Stevens.
We did see that in the Hunter Valley, Australia.
Dr. Stevens, esophageal. Dr. Stevens.
Paul Marziani said, hello, it's Wooden. Wooden. Oh, no, he's.
Wooden.
Oh, maybe he's saying water. Is he trying to make fun of water? Oh, water. Yeah, that's
wooder.
What he was trying.
You would say wooder.
Wooder. Wes Immel joining us. Friendly greeting from Auto City, Flint, Michigan. It's a balmy -17 here.
Yes, in the Michigan.
Are you heading to Autorama as well? Will we see you? How far is Flint from Detroit?
Well, you know, according
might
to
be able to
Aaron
make
Brockovich.
Testing the water.
Testing water out there.
Test
the water.
The McCoys joining us. What's up from
up?
Cajun country?
Oh, there's another word.
Welcome. Cajun. That's how I say it.
Cajun
That's how
country.
I say it.
All them Cajuns are wrong.
We still need to make that Alabama trip. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what you're doing.
I would love to
I'll go ahead and just keep
head up there
doing the producing over here and drawing.
Sorry. All right. So let's catch up with Johnny here. What are we doing? You're just going over the lines you already had.
Most of the lines and making decisions of like where I'm going to make lines more and less and connecting and adding in some, you know, some of my chrome lines, laying down some, you know, that kind of stuff where it's reflection types lines.
Oh, you're doing reflection lines. Okay.
I'm kind of presetting those up before I get to the actual chrome itself. Just kind of give myself ideas of where I might want to do it. Shadows, areas where I think are going to be a little more shadowy. I'm already laying those in as well.
In the shadow.
Oh my god!
I can't even say. I'm like doing the male part right now.
Yeah,
for
how
real. Deep my
how
voice.
phlegmy you are. Oh, that's very attractive.
Sorry. Wes Immel said, wait, you're all going to be at Autorama? Yes, sir. This is actually our third year going. It is insane to me that we've
missed it before all this.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't understand. Here's the thing about Autorama. Do you understand? Autorama was my bucket list show.
Yes.
Of my all-time wanting to go to the show, like dreams early on. All I could think about, someday I want to go to the Detroit Autorama because that's where they do the Riddler. And it would just be amazing to be there. And now we've been there 3 times.
Not only as spectators,
twice,
but also vending. So yes, we are down.
Yeah, I never would have imagined getting the opportunity to do that part either.
Wes, if you're going and anyone else in the Michigan area or flying into Michigan for this, we are downstairs, kind of right by the front door.
Yeah, we're where the cool kids go.
We're in the basement. We're in a booth with Little Daddy Roth.
Yep.
Is going to be there. We've got Shaggy LeBlanc. He's going to be there.
Yep. We got our good buddy
Hicks. We've got Uncle Larry Crawford. He will be there.
Holding down the fort. Major security.
Oh my God. He's such a blast.
He's the best.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Even if we didn't go to vend, I would still go.
I would want to go
just to hang out with these people. I mean, it was killing us. They do a show up there at Leon's. Well, it's not really a car show. It's a kind of a cruise-in at a local restaurant there in Taylor, Michigan. And we really wanted to make it up last summer. and just like surprise everybody and
Yeah.
just come up for a weekend and like just show up at the show. And we wanted to do it so bad and that we just could not find a weekend.
Nope.
Their time for shows up there is just so limited when it's something outdoors. And then it's still weather permitting. So
Yeah.
it's not like here where we have a good, probably 10 months of the year where we can do maybe
Not
9 months,
really.
maybe 9 months.
I mean,
Summers are iffy here.
Once summer hits, boy, you don't want to get any sun on your car. But, because you always have the torrential, or as to use your language, Beth, tarantula downpours.
Tarantula. Yeah, we do have the downpours.
I heard somebody say a word weird, and I thought it was hilarious, and no one called the guy on it. What do you call? Hold on, let me think of what the word was. It was a phrase.
Okay.
It's Nick Swartzen, and I couldn't believe the guys didn't call him on it. I was listening to a podcast, and he kept saying, "Oh, now I can't remember it." Oh,
cool story, bro.
What when you watch somebody in the circus and they walk on the wire, what is that called?
Tightrope.
What is that? It's a what?
Tightrope.
Tightrope. He was he was up on the type wire. The high. He was walking on the type wire. I'm like, there's type wire.
Well, isn't he Canadian? Maybe that's what
No,
they call
he's
it
not
up there.
Canadian.
I thought Nick Swartzen was from another country.
He's from.
Is he?
He might be from Guam.
Yeah. They might call it a tight wire. It is a wire.
Type wire.
Type?
T. Yeah, with a P in it. He's calling it a type wire.
Well, it's no different than the one I sent you where the guy was calling Tupperware.
Tubberware.
Aware.
No, Tubberware.
Aware.
He was calling it Tubberware.
Yeah. Crazy. So I'm not the only one.
That's true.
Riff Driven said if they're Irish, they're Occasion. They're not Irish. Randy Wolfman, Adam, Auto City to Cobo is about an hour and 20 minutes. Actually, I am the announcer at Auto City Speedway.
Nice.
In Clio, Michigan.
Okay.
Very cool. Is it Clio or am I reading it wrong? I can't see these glasses yet.
These
I think
glasses.
it's Clio.
We got to get you some new glasses.
Wes said, Randy, I'm in the Beecher by the old Harrimans. Okay. So they obviously know what they're doing up there.
They know their deal.
And then he posted autorama.com//attend/Detroit. Boom. And it was so funny because you would talk about Autorama all this time.
Yeah.
And I did not realize that this is not the only one that they do. Like I thought this was the show, but Autorama is actually in several different areas around the United States.
Oh yeah, there is? Really?
Yeah.
What's another Autorama?
There's another one.
Which one?
I found that out 2 years ago.
Oh, I did not know that.
Where are all the Autoramas?
Where in the world are the Autoramas?
Many cities across the United States and Canada, including Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, and more.
Okay, so they
have Dallas, Milwaukee, Detroit, Chicago, Omaha, Salt Lake City, Winnipeg, Indianapolis, and Calgary.
Okay.
So yeah, I was surprised to hear that because I was thinking this was like a one and done type show, but no.
I am a fool, and I thought it as well. It's just
so you learned something today.
I did from you.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Tupperware.
Lizzie said, bring me something good from Detroit. I may be bringing back snowballs actually, Lizzie, because it appears that we may be in the flurries. In the flurries out there.
Okay, well, hey, listen, look at, I don't know if you have seen, we already have the Johnny 5 inked in. That was that quick.
It is quick. You're a quick inker.
And of course, we'll add some more as we go along, but that's the basics right there. Boom.
Okay, so you would do your pencil. First, you come up with the concept, then you do your pencil drawing.
Yeah.
Then you do the ink. Next step. Now, are you inking in all of it or just the car itself?
I mean, we've gone this far, so I might as well just go ahead and ink in the rest of it.
Okay. And then I'm assuming once you do this, you'll then be erasing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then it kind of makes those lines a little bit more crisp and clear, which is where I would be comfortable. I have a problem with things being unneat and undone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure you do.
Yeah. So we like I said with the website, we do have some really cool stuff happening in the next couple months that we are finally starting to implement this month. 2025 is going to be our year. This is our year to grow our YouTube. Are we back? Can you hear us? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. All right. And where were we?
You were trying to get them to go to the YouTube channel.
Yes. Yes. So head on over to YouTube, likes, comments, subscribe, share. Perfect. Because we are really trying to grow our presence over there. Like I said, we are working on putting up some of those shorts and revamping some videos for you and getting those out. So you can, if you're newer to following the broadcast and following the page, you'll be able to see some stuff that we posted from years ago. And we'll have that available for you.
It's going to be a little shaky. So.
That's okay. All righty. I'm just trying to get caught up on the comments here, and I think it was all just about the sound. So, yes, sorry about that, guys. Randy Wolfman Adam said in November on the 8th and 9th, there will be my indoor show at the Oakland Expo Center in Waterford, Michigan. And he's giving us the website for that, www.shinyrushshow.com. That sounds like it would be a fun time.
That'd be fun.
That's in November. What do we have going on in November? My dad usually visits in November.
Yep, he does.
But that may be something that you could go to.
Yeah.
That's right. Would that be right after SEMA? Isn't SEMA usually the first weekend in November?
I think so, or the second. Not to mention that's right coming off of the Show Me show.
Oh, true, because that's in October. Yeah, we do plan to, if they'll have us back, we would love to do the
already been invited.
Art show. Oh, have we? Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so we may be doing that out in Missouri again. That was such a fun time. So fun.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to throw some shadows down. Pulling out our gray tone markers. So I'm going to start with the lightest first.
So no color first, guys. We're going right into shadow. This is how Johnny lays it down. This is the secret to his success.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh,
from it.
Oh, he said SEMA ends on the 7th. So this is right after. Okay. That's a long week, man, for anybody attending both, right?
Yeah.
We've got Dan Evans joining us from Dunedin. Love you, Dan.
There's lots of people that do that.
Yeah. Well, I think Little Daddy and his crew just did Starbird, and then they're heading right to Autorama. So, yeah. All right. So this is just perspective. So
perspective.
Yeah, where the sun would be coming and you're doing the
That's not what
shadow.
perspective is. This is shadows.
Right. But you got to have the perspective of the sun. That wouldn't be the word to use.
No.
Tell me, artist, what is the word to use then?
Perspective is where you're looking at something and you're drawing it this way, and then you're drawing it this way, where you're drawing that to go further back. Or if I'm drawing a cup, that's drawing a perspective. This is just making sure we're giving it some dimension is what we're doing. Taking it from 2-dimensional to kind of give it a 3D feel.
Okay. Well, then there you have it. It's not perspective at all.
No, it's not.
Don't you love the way I just throw out words?
No, I don't. I don't love it.
You get so annoyed.
So annoying.
This is what annoys.
But here's what, it's not that you throw out a word. You throw out a word, and then when you're called on it, you triple down. No, that's what it means.
I'm adamant.
No, it isn't.
I'm adamant about what I believe in.
Yeah, it's not good for the detriment of sometimes yourself, and then you look like a fool.
I don't think anybody thinks I look like
a lot of people do.
I don't think so.
Most people do.
Why is your voice going so high? Oh my gosh.
No, that one's dead.
Randy said you make sketching look easy. He does.
It's not that. You can do it.
Dan Evans said ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
I don't know what that word even means.
That means when we bick with each other, and then you guys are involved, and we ubiquitous.
Like bickering.
Yeah, ubiquitous.
No, that is not what it means.
That's what
Dan,
it means.
What does it mean? Riff said perspective on perspective. See, I do think it's perspective because you have to know where the sun is in contrast or in correlation with it's a C word.
Keep trying words. When you take the circumference of a coordinated cross-flagellated angle to the isosceles of the laboratory or the ambiguousness of said item, then in closing,
you have perspective. Ubiquitous is it is everywhere, he said.
Oh, okay.
I like it. That would be my thoughts. My thoughts are ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Is it ubiquitous or ubiquitous? How do you pronounce it? Is it
What was that? The other word?
Rob Earl said aspect, perhaps. I'm thinking Ity-B. Aspect? I don't think it's aspect. No. I think it's more, it would be more perspective.
No, it's not perspective.
So then what do you call it when the sun is shining down in your viewpoints from that viewpoint down? So you have sun on the top, like when you're doing shaded letters, let's say. Your light source is coming from a certain angle, which causes you to put a highlight on that area and then a shadow on the hidden area. What is that situation called?
Not perspective.
It's the perspective of the sun in the drawing.
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna disagree.
Of course you are. You wouldn't be you if you didn't disagree. You wouldn't be you if you weren't tripling down on still trying to argue that what you're saying is right.
Because I don't think I'm 100% wrong. I think maybe
this is where you get in trouble because you never think you're 100% wrong, even when you are.
I don't like being wrong.
I know. Oh, I know. I've been married to you for a little while. I know you don't like being wrong.
I don't.
But it doesn't mean that you're not wrong.
But then there's also the possibility that maybe because you can't come up with what the word is. Then what's the word?
My lack of ability to come up with a word doesn't mean that you're right.
Let me see here. We're going to Google it. Definition of perspective. The art of drawing solid objects on a two-dimensional surface so as to give the right impression of their height, width, depth, and position in relation to each other when viewed from a particular point.
Has nothing to do with putting a shadow on something.
Like you said. So you've basically shown me that you've defined this already. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
wait. Are you admitting that I'm right?
Oh, you know what? I've been saying perspective, but it says it's sometimes confused with prospective.
No. No. You're not gonna
No,
you're not
that's not
gonna you're
it.
not gonna think that your vocabulary is much larger than it is.
That is not it.
Oh, I know.
Okay. And then the other definition of perspective is a particular attitude toward or way of regarding something,
Yes.
a point of view.
A point of view is someone's perspective on a situation is a point of view, not a shadow on an item. Somebody wasn't right.
What do you call the shadow on an item?
If you're scoring at home, Ity-B is now quadrupling down. That somewhere in here is where she's close to being right. And it's just a matter of like my glasses. I was reading it, and then my glasses.
And you know what? It said artistic use. In art, artists often use the term shadow to describe the darker areas on an object to create depth and dimension, which is exactly what you just
described,
said.
Wasn't it? To make it more two-dimensional.
Look at you. You didn't even go to school for this stuff, man. Look at you.
Now she's trying to play up. It's hilarious. This is what I battle all the time. It's a constant state of, oh, you were right. Look at you. Look at how smart you are. You're smart. Then it's now you're really. Yeah.
You are smart.
I know I am.
We've got Rob. All right, guys.
All of a sudden, it's not doing it.
Are we back?
Straight.
Hello. Can you hear us? Hello.
Esophageal?
Oh. Are we back, guys? Okay, I think they're saying yes. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Equipment failures. We were just talking about this because we had so many issues with the audio and video before. I don't know what the heck is going on, but we appreciate you sticking in there with us because the video is working. So I want you to see what he's doing.
Silliness happening.
I know it. We've got Hal Schaefer joining us. Yes, real deal Hal about it. Carburetor Man has joined from Georgia. Welcome, sir.
What's up?
Always a pleasure having you on.
Yep. You're still in?
Yep, we are still good to go for the moment.
For the moment.
Okay, so what are we doing now? You're doing some white pencil.
This is a very light blue.
Little highlights, maybe?
We're just adding chrome.
Oh, chrome. Nice.
to the wheels. I'm just skipping all over the place now.
Yeah. Matt Williams, hey guys, joining you from YouTube tonight. We appreciate the viewership over there, Matt. We were just talking about how we're trying to grow that audience over there, so we're thankful for that.
Yeah, it's weird that it's been so long since I've used this Tantone paper stuff that I almost kind of forgot how to manipulate what I need to manipulate on it.
And you're kind of doing pencil over pencil here, and that's working?
Pencil over pencil?
Yeah, because you had pencil laid down first.
Already erased it.
Oh, that's true. Okay. True story.
So no pencil on
Yeah,
pencil.
I missed the erasing. I think I was trying to get our color or
no, you were
our voice back on.
No, you were looking for.
I was challenging you.
Esophageal. Is what
maybe I might have been.
Yep. Are you done talking? Is that what happened?
No, I'm just making sure we're good to go here. So I was just looking at I get an error message, but it mutes me first, and then I get the error message. So Rob Earl said, any luck on the real life Johnny 5 whereabouts and condition?
Again, as far as I understand, it's still in Canada with the original owner. I unfortunately I've kind of lost contact with Mark, who's the owner, Mark Hayward. I don't know if he still owns it or what's going on.
I think it's probably been worked on. Maybe I don't think the outside would be tweaked, but wasn't there some like motor stuff or something that he was planning to do to it? Or
well, we had originally when Ian did the first when we were doing the what do you call it?
The show,
but the it's where we show you
the reveal.
The reveal. Thank you. He broke the rear end in it.
Oh.
So that immediately when it went back was going to have to be fixed. And I think that for a little while was some of the holdup of what was going on with it. Was that it was at one point the last I talked to him, Mark, is that it was up in the rafters in 100 bunch of pieces all taken apart. And that there was supposedly plans to start working on it again. And that's the last.
And doesn't he live a little further away? I mean, he's
in Canada.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not right in the heart of like the car scene down here where he could just,
he's in the heart of the car scene in Canada.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
because it was supposedly going to go. I mean, that was the plans when it was first taken back as he had said, I can't wait to take it to its first show. And I was like, oh my God, I would love to come to that first show. And even if it was in Canada, that would have been amazing.
Right.
Having to convert my Canadian bucks to my Johnny bucks to Canadian bucks.
Johnny bucks
would have been cool. So, but that didn't happen. So I don't really
know. There's still a chance.
I don't really know what happened to it. I'm praying that it's somewhere and, in one piece of some sort. That's what I'm hoping for.
We'll see. Time will tell. All right.
So when I'm doing this coloring in on this Tantone paper, I'm leaving a lot of the tan showing because I just like the way it looks. We're just laying a little bit of.
And this is a white colored pencil.
This is a white colored pencil now.
And are these what brand are these?
These are the Prismacolor.
Prisma.
And of course, I didn't go into my backpack and get my pencil sharpener, so I'm kind of not in a good position right now because normally these would be nice and sharp, and they're not.
And you always know when Johnny's been drawing at Autorama because there is a pile of
pencil shavings
on the floor
and
wherever you go.
Yeah, because I always end up forgetting my pencil sharpener. Every year I've forgotten it. And then so I end up borrowing somebody's little teeny one where there's no thing for it to fold.
Either that or like somebody's pocket knife and
or a pocket knife. Yes.
Yeah.
So like right now I'm in desperate need to really kind of sharpen this, but
so you want to keep it moving and I will go get your sharpener.
You're not going to know where it's at.
Okay.
So I'll keep it moving.
Okay. Where are your little gel pens?
I'm not there yet.
Oh,
What is that going to do?
so that's not any type of white you used for this part. That's only just little highlight tips.
Not yet.
Hmm.
This when I'm laying this white down on top of this blue and stuff. It's also kind of mixing with it.
Mm-hmm. For like a little chrome effect on the wheels.
Yeah.
And on the engine.
Yeah. But it all looks really crappy right now because we haven't hit the gel pen yet.
Yeah, that's when it really comes to life. And I even said this like when we were doing the Sketchy Live digital art that you would do on Monday nights, you would get to this certain point where it, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but it just kind of looked dull.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as you went in and dropped in your highlights and really focused on the shine and the chrome, like it just made it look so much different.
Right.
It was insane what a little bit of highlight can do.
Well, we're about to see if that still holds true.
It will hold true because I've watched you do it on paper before as well. I mean, some of the designs, this is basically what you're going to be doing when we go to Autorama next week. You have a little bit smaller paper. I think the paper is 4x6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he will draw on the tan paper live at the show, and he's just selling this art. I mean, he can't make it fast enough. And there are people who were like, "Hey, I was looking for something rat fink. Can you whip up something?" And he'll do rat fink. I mean, he does a lot of the Johnny 5 because it's such an iconic car for people who have watched the show and they associate that with you. And then just so many of your little hot rods that you do, like the no fender and the little trucks and a lot of rat fink stuff. And we'll see what this year's theme is, because you've been kind of sticking to the same thing the last couple of years. And
well, because that's generally
what people know you for.
Yeah. So then we end up doing that anyways.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you drew the Johnny 5 before it was the Johnny 5?
Yeah.
You remember sitting down to do it? Was it a digital piece or was it original?
No, it was on Tantone paper,
the
original versions, and we actually have that on our website, the print.
Oh, right.
The first initial concepts of trying to come up with some sort of a Johnny, or at the time it wasn't a Johnny 5, but it was where Ian had sent me photos of the pieces and parts, and he's like, "Hey, come up with something." So I was like, "Holy cow, no pressure."
Right.
And
for some of you who may not know what we're talking about, on the TV show, the then TV show Full Custom Garage, it was on, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the network now, Mav TV at the time. Full Custom Garage, Ian Russell was the fabricator builder, and this was a drawing. Just Johnny had done this back in 2013, maybe 2012, 2013.
This drawing? Which car are you talking about?
The Johnny 5.
Okay. Yeah, because no. Wait, hold on. Were you talking about? I got totally confused. I thought we were talking about the Space Junkie. You're talking about when I drew the Johnny 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember sitting down and.
Why would we have been talking about Space Junkie?
I was thinking of Space Junkie. I don't know why I was thinking that.
You're looking at the Johnny 5. You're drawing a Johnny 5. I know,
because we were talking about Tantone paper.
Okay.
And no, the Johnny 5 was done digitally.
Okay. And that's what I thought. Okay. So you remember though doing it and the concept.
Because I had a specific reason I had put those with that, the idea of taking, because we had been doing a lot of hot rod stuff, and then we went to a bug show, and the people were super like friendly and crazy and just so immersed in their culture of Volkswagens. And I remember that from California, it was the same thing. People that I knew that had VWs, it was all VW. That they lived it, sleeped it, breathed it. That was it. Any other car was another VW. It wasn't any other type of car. You know what I mean? So they were immersed in the VW culture. So when I came and you start doing art and stuff like that, all I could think of is how cool would it be to take the VW people and the hot rod people and put them together. And
bringing people together
right.
since
So
2013.
the uncertainty was one of my favorite crazy hot rods, Scott Stevens' Uncertainty. And I remember looking at it and looking at it and looking at it and the weird angle that it sat at. And then I kept seeing, you'd see buses and different things like that. But I kept thinking to myself, how cool would it be to take, I wonder if I could take like a VW bus, like a truck body, since trucks were so cool, not trying to do, because, a bus would be too long, and to shorten it, it wouldn't play off as much of, I just didn't think it would play off like showing the angles on a full bus. Like it'd be hard to skew the angles. So I was like, a single cab truck bus would work because you still have the truck bed and the cab is small enough. What if you put that on this Uncertainty chassis or a T-bucket chassis? What would that look like? And in my head, I'm like, you'd have to make it really small. You'd have to make it much smaller than it really is, even though it starts off pretty darn small. But you'd have to make it smaller. And then so I took two renderings, drew both, and then overlaid each one of them, and then started skewing shapes and sizes and stuff like that. And that's where this came from. And originally it wasn't blue. Originally it was army green with white. And then I was like, oh, army green, white, yellow tinted windows. And then it was cool. And I posted that, and nothing happened. Nobody ever, in fact, there were people that were like, that's stupid. And then
there's still people that think that.
And then I went and I was like, it's still not popping like I want it to. So then I changed it and I made it blue. And then it just popped.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
especially with the yellow window.
That's it. Now, when I did it, I didn't call it the Johnny 5. It was just the cartoon hot rod. You know, it was, and I don't even think I really called it the cartoon hot rod.
I don't think you had a name for it.
No, it was just the number 5 or whatever. And I got really lucky that, Ian saw it and his client saw it and
wanted to build it.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just put pink on the wheels. That's not what I meant to do.
Pink?
Yeah. I grabbed a skin tone by accident.
Maybe your glasses.
Might be. Probably esophageal problems.
Maybe. Nicole Ferguson joining us. Her and her husband Scott from Ferg's.
What's up,
Rod Shop.
What's up?
We should be seeing them next week as well. Yeah. Nicole, are you guys going to be at Autorama?
I sure hope to see
she said hello from the frozen tundra that is Michigan.
The frozen tundra.
Frozen. Frank Pupello joining us, looking good. Welcome, Frank. No Disney this week.
No Disney this week. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start doing our highlights, and then we'll start fooling around. You know what I mean?
Nice. Well, it's 10:28. So
what does that mean?
That means we're at an hour already.
Okay, so this will go quick.
Yeah. So now this is the gel pen, and what brand is that? Just Bic?
So this is a Jelly Roll.
Oh, Jelly Roll.
Number 10. It's a Japanese Shakura. Shakura.
Shakura.
Jelly Roll pin.
Nice.
And I found these pins because I was watching Chip Foose when he would do his renderings. They would use I think it's called it's paint. It's like acrylic paint, but it's gouache. I believe he uses a white gouache, and then he uses a paintbrush to lay down his highlights.
Oh.
And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. I'm not really good with a paintbrush though.
He'd use the paintbrush in his just little renderings that he did, the small. Oh.
Yeah, small to big ones.
Oh, okay.
He'd lay down all his highlights with that paintbrush.
Nice.
So anyways, I was watching, I'm like, that's really cool. I wonder how I could get that look. So I was watching some comic book artists, and I watched a couple comic book artists, and they kept grabbing these gel pens, and they're like, oh, these are amazing for doing highlights. And I was like,
yeah, let me try them.
And they were using, mostly alcohol markers,
Mhm.
and some color pencil, and it just really popped. And I was like, oh, that's the ticket.
You
right
do
there.
like the alcohol markers too.
I do. Yeah.
Rob Earl said, "This is good. I've always wanted to know the origins of the mind of the man who gave the future retro Johnny 5." Nicole said that they will be there. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
Yes, we're so excited to see everybody.
Lizzie said she's loving it. Likes and loves, guys, if you're digging this and digging the story here. Sam Metro said Sakura. It means cherry blossom.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool. That's right. Sam is pretty schooled in the Japanese way, right?
Yes, yes. Studies martial arts.
Yeah, like swords and stuff.
Yep, swords.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Super talented guy. That was one thing we uncovered.
Yes.
Sam Metro, for those of you who don't know, is a teacher out in Claremont, Florida. We were invited to a teach-in to do the teach-in at his school. Johnny was a speaker to the art class there. So we got to do that in January, first week of January.
Yeah.
And we just had a blast, but we got to spend some time with Sam and his wife and just really
super great people.
Get to know them. And Sam is just such an interesting guy. He has done, I feel like he's done everything.
Yeah.
He's restaurateur,
he's not only efficient in martial arts and especially sword and weapon, but he also is a quick draw shooter as well. So he proficient in long rifles and different stuff like that.
Are we allowed to talk about this?
I don't think he's an assassin. But
Sam, we're giving away all of your secrets.
I don't think he's an assassin.
Maybe
is what I meant to say.
Maybe he likes to live the stealthy life where people do not know this about him.
Well, most of them
that gives him the upper hand.
Kind of way most martial artists are. It's not
very humble.
Yeah, and it's not about engaging because you know how to fight. It's the fact that you know how.
Right.
I don't know.
It's the restraint.
Right.
That is,
as Mr. Miyagi would say,
yes,
wax on.
It's not even that. It's because my
here we go.
Members of my family trained in martial arts.
You love to talk about them. Go ahead, talk about them.
And it was the restraint part that they focused on, which is you can learn it though. You can know it, but you shouldn't have to use it.
Right. You learned. That's good.
I didn't learn.
No, I'm saying you learned that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad they didn't.
That was my takeaway.
Yeah, they were too busy going.
Sam said,
I know how to do it.
LOL, not an assassin. We had a blast hanging out with you guys, and I got to see the Kona 5. That is true. He did. Not many people have seen her in real life.
Yeah, we got stuff going on with her too. We were talking about.
Yes. Yeah. There's Johnny had this idea after going through. I think you said you saw some stuff on Facebook or.
Well, I was looking at. I was reminiscing about going to this last show I went to, and where I really got to sit back and look at the Kona and think about, okay, what did I do? How did I, where are some things that could be good, better? What are the things I need to fix? That kind of stuff. Because really, since I built it, it's weird. I built it to make it to Bug Jam last year, year before. And I made it, right? I made my goal.
Right.
And then I was like, fooled around with some of the paint and the way it looked and got it to a point where I was like, okay, at least it looks right. And now I'm now going back in not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, where I went to a car show and had her in there and sat back and really looked at it. There are things that need to be addressed.
Yes.
And
finished. There's some like the window.
Yeah,
thing
I still
need
need
to.
Yes, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for a back window. I think I just need to make a decision and just do it. And worst scenario, if I don't like it, then I'll just fix it. Kind of thing. But
it's been a while since you've been out there tinkering around. Do you still have everything you need to weld?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you needed more gas or whatnot. So you're good.
We're good there.
Yeah. So I mean, and isn't that a typical thing? I mean, you guys tell us, because a lot of you are project people as well. I know for me personally, I may not be working on cars, but I feel like once I get to a certain point in a project where it's been like my mini goal almost, that I don't where I get comfortable and then I don't keep pushing forward. And I think that's what's happened with Kona. Although at the same time, because you finished that in November,
Yeah.
and then 4 months later, 5 months later, we got Rose. So there was a bit of an interruption and a focus change
Yes.
to the new car.
A lot of focus change because again,
and she got a lot more attention.
She's gotten a lot more attention, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Rose itself that's been my dream car.
Right.
Like I still can't believe that I have it and the opportunity to have it and just have all these ideas, and I want to make sure I do it right.
And there's things that you've put on the back burner for her as well because
Yes.
we haven't been able to do it.
Yes.
Time wise.
Lots of
yeah.
Yeah. I have a whole drop axle that needs to be put in, and
people waiting on you to do it.
All the modifications that need to be done to do that, and
it goes back to not enough time in the day, not enough money in the account.
That's the big one.
Yeah, to get it all done. But this is our year of being doers, and it's going to get done. We've already started making some changes with the help of our friend Hank, and we're going to see it through. Johnny and I are committed to making this work. It was a challenging year last year after losing mom.
Yeah.
And your
my creativity was in the tank.
Yeah.
And I think that's also stalled Kona as well.
Yeah.
Is I just because again, my mom was a huge cheerleader for me.
I know.
My calls with her every Monday to get feedback, and she'd be watching from home and stuff, and involved, and I try to share as much as I could with her with things we were doing and stuff like that. But she was my cheerleader, and she was the one that was like, "Oh my God, what's going on with this or what's going on with that?" And so that was a big push in doing a lot of the stuff I did too, was because of her. And when you lose that,
it's hard to find the groove again.
Yeah, it was very difficult to find the groove for sure. And not that you're not my cheerleader too, babe, because you, that's why I got it done. You were so awesome.
It's different.
And that's the thing. I'm trying not to beat myself up about it either. Is I had a goal and I made my goal.
Right.
I for sure made it to what I wanted to do.
But with a couple tweaks, we could be driving that thing even if it is raining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's just it. So the funny thing is I've been looking at how badass would it be if it was a convertible, roadster. How cool would that be? And I watched a guy's car. I don't remember the guy's name. This is where I got a couple ideas. Is he's got this it's a Phaeton, so it's a 4-door convertible.
Mm-hmm.
Where the whole top covers everything. There's no like side windows and stuff. It's just
okay.
And anyways, he made this really cool removable top and thing that kind of just straps. It's so neat the way he did it. And I'm like, oh, how cool would that be to do? And I took some cues from some interior colors that he did as well. It made me go, oh, I love the way, like for instance, so something that this is a change in me. I normally keep what I'm gonna do with the car secret.
Very hush hush. No one's allowed to say,
because you're not supposed to, because you're giving away ideas. But I'm so to the point now where I'm just gonna share, because this is what we do. Where it's about sharing. So I've been looking at. I always like the way like the interior of like wartime aircraft look. The inside, the outside would be like a silver or a metal or a gray or a green or whatever, right? But then when you would open the doors and look inside, there would be this almost like it was some sort of an etching that would happen, that they would spray on the aluminum at the inside of the plane. They would turn almost this olive drab green, but it's not green. It's almost like
a gray,
not
green.
A sea foam, but it's not a blue. It's like an in-between blue and green color, but it's not turquoise. It's this interesting color. Anyways, this guy paints the interior of his vehicle, and it reminisced it, because it's like the outside was this is a regular primer reddish orange, that primer orange color, but the interior had that tint of like military aircraft color inside of it. And I was like, wow, that really pops. So, the interior cone
All right. Are we back, guys?
Let us know.
Sorry. Oh my
I was on such
goodness.
a cool little rant, I guess.
I know. Can you hear us now?
But I don't want to continue
Okay.
talking if they can hear
Yes, yes, they can. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Sorry.
anyways, I saw this guy's car and I really dig the interior, and it reminds me of like old World War II aircraft that I've always just thought is so cool. You know, bombers and P-51 Mustangs and stuff are just so sick. Anyways, so it just made me go, oh, what if I did kind of that color inside? Not that I would do a military theme specifically, but also the exterior of Kona, it's black with the number 5 on it. Cool. But there's an element missing. Like there's something missing.
So we're going to be figuring
I don't know
out.
if I need to do flames or something. I don't know. There's something that needs to be done to where it just really looks. So I got to figure that out. So
and you're going to have to figure it out quickly because our rain is going to start.
Yes, and then there's Rose, which is
Right.
I think I'm gonna do a 32 grill on it. I just really, I know that's very traditional and a lot of people do it, and and I was trying to be different, but there's that part that just looks so cool with the 32 grill shell, and I definitely want to tint the windows yellow with that blue. Oh, it would look so good.
So things to come.
And here's a crazy thing. You know how much I love white walls.
Yes.
I've been thinking about flipping to where no white walls and black wheels or black tires.
Really?
Yeah.
We will see.
And then also the trim color up towards the top, that where that little black pinstripe is.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had showed you in making that the actual body molding black, since the fenders are black, the wheels are black, making that black. Anyways, I got some ideas. So there's some stuff, just some things have been ruminating in my brain about the cars.
Creativity's back, guys.
Yeah, that's what to that point.
Yeah.
To that point, it's like a switch went off, and I'm like, oh, all these ideas.
All right, where are we at with this drawing? Did you sign it? Nice.
Sign it. So there you go. There's the Johnny 5 and all its glory. Such a fun car.
And I hope you were watching him use that white pen. We didn't really talk about it as you were doing it, but Bob, we are looking forward to seeing you next week as well.
Yes.
Sam says, love you too. Have a blessed week. You as well, sir.
There you go, Johnny Jalopy.
Fun.
And there it is. There's the Johnny 5 from Sketch Along and now Ink Along with Johnny.
Ink Along.
Ink Along. And hey, make sure that you're out there and you're getting your uvula. What is it? Have your uvula.
Esophageal.
Have your make sure your doctor checks your esophageal and also your uvula.
Uvula?
Yeah, your uvula. Don't you have a uvula?
No, I don't think so. I think mine was removed.
Oh man. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Another Sketchy Live Monday in the books.
In the books.
We sure loved hanging out with you. Hey, if you loved watching this step-by-step fun, losing sound, hopefully I might have to download this and have it edited.
Yeah.
So maybe Hank can add some music to it or something. Anyways, on the parts where we lose sound and we're just, whatever. Hey, don't forget to take a second and maybe click on these videos here. They're probably above Ity-B's head.
Maybe.
And there might be a video above my head. These are other videos that are kind of about drawing and stuff like that. So, Matt, click them on and more stuff if you enjoyed what you saw here. And, of course, we'd love for you to head over to the Johnny Jalopy website, johnnyjalopy.com.
Yes.
Where you can
sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, please sign up for the newsletter. There's lots to come. And opportunities if you'd like to be a Johnny Jalopy supporter, join the Army, the Jalopy Army, and you can help us out. And we would love a likes and subscribes here on YouTube. We're really trying to get monetized so that we can, make a few bucks.
Buy equipment that works.
And not have issues like this. We're in desperate need of probably a computer tower that would run audio video equipment.
Especially now that we have a dedicated space to do.
And those aren't cheap. So we would love, just your support in any way you can. If it's buying a t-shirt or a hat, or sorry, a beanie, or maybe some stickers for a couple bucks, we'd love that help. So any parting words, Ity-B?
No, we love you guys. We will be on next Monday. Next Monday is our last show
for the Rama.
before Autorama, and we'll be doing a wrap up when we get home, but I don't know if it'll be Monday night. We fly in Monday to come home, so I don't think that following week we will be broadcasting.
The good news is we have we're set up, so we could probably pop into a fast one.
Maybe.
But we'll see how we feel.
But here's the thing. In prior years that we've gone Autorama, because we're in the basement, that's where all the fun is happening. It's very loud down there. There's music playing. We generally do not go live down there.
We can't.
But we're going to do some video, and we're going to get some music to it just so we can give you a look around. We really appreciated Ian and Jamie a couple weeks ago at the Roaster Show did that for everybody, and Johnny was really happy with that because we felt like we were there. We don't get to go to these shows, not all of them, but the ones we can go to, we want to be able to offer that to you guys too. And we've talked about it the last couple of years, and we haven't made it happen because it was just too loud down there. But I'm like, you know what? Now we're not going to go live, but we're going to record it. And at least that way we can edit it later and edit the music out, because there's sometimes issues with that. But,
because there's bands playing. And some great bands.
So we're going to give you that look around Autorama, give you a little taste of what it's like for us in that world when we go up to Michigan. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Well, this has been another Monday night broadcast. With Johnny. I'm Ity-B.
We'll see you guys next week.
Stay sketchy. Bye, guys.
See ya.